You are now watching Power Talk on the DML Network.
Welcome into the DML Network. It's your boy Expert, and we got another episode of Power Talk where we're going to rank those divisions from worst to first. Let's find out. Do you have a cakewalk for Madden 20, or do you have to grind these division championships out? I don't do these shows on my own. We got a great crew in here with us. First up, the OG Chris Murray. What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, man? Madden 20, let's get it.
No doubt. And I got the co-commish in the building. What up, SJ?
What up, Expert?
Man, let's get it. All right, we just had the team draft. Everybody picked their spots with some surprise picks in the draft, including the OG Chris Murray taking his talents to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's going to bring back the glory days for those Steelers. We saw the Browns go early. We saw the Eagles drop into the late 20s before they were picked up. The highest rated team in Madden 20 took a long time. Finally, West Coast Puglisi takes the Eagles. It's going to be an interesting cycle. But we're going to rank 1 through 8 the divisions. The worst division all the way to the top division. And let's start with what the Dynasty users voted on. This is voted on by you guys. The worst division in Madden 20 goes to that NFC South. That's going to consist of C-Rob. He has the Bucks. You got the head guy, the commish, Nasty Noop, with those Atlanta Falcons. Hamiltop, our brother from down under, takes the Panthers away from C-Rob. And then you got Marizzi coming from the Colts. He's going to take on a very high-powered Saints team. Chris Murray, why is this division the worst in the Dynasty?
I'm going to tell you why, man. Just off of the fact of the users that you just mentioned. You know, no disrespect to nobody, but the DML has spoken. They don't think none of these guys in this division has a chance at competing. You know, you got Marizzi, who had the Colts last cycle, which pretty much was a doormat team for your division. So you and Essie could definitely speak firsthand on that. Then you have Hamiltop, who hasn't proven yet that he's one of those guys that can compete, you know, neck to neck with top tier users in the DML. Then you have, Nasty Noop, who's pretty much pushing pure fire content each cycle. So he hasn't been the same since Man 16. And then C-Rob picking this Buccaneers team, man, was one of the most saddest picks I ever heard in the DML draft, because it just felt like it just felt like he was a kid, man. You know, at the amount of the tour, beat you behind, and they ask you like, "You want something to eat?" And you're just like, "Yeah, mom. Yeah, I want something to eat." So I think the DML spoke on this, man. I think they got it right, man. I think they got it right.
Yeah, and SJ, I think they got it right. And, you know, he talked about Marizzi with those Saints. And I'll say this. I don't think Marizzi was a doormat, SJ. I mean, this is a guy that beat both you and me in the Madden 19 cycle. He was one of those guys that at any point he could have that Colts team balling. He just wasn't consistent enough. Do you think that's what these four guys lack? Is their consistency to be successful? They've had spurts where they've played well. Hamiltop's played well. Nasty Noop has a banner in the rafters. And then you got a guy like C-Rob who could beat you on any given day. Is it just that they're just not consistent enough in their gameplay that's why these guys are on the bottom rung?
Right. It's definitely a consistency issue, not necessarily talent. I think all four guys could win. So it might have got voted the worst, but I think actually it'll be one of the most competitive, because you can't really point who's going to win it for sure. So if one of the four users put some focus, I think they can, kind of take their claim to be a perennial division winner.
No doubt. And we got a special guest that just jumped on the show. JB making an appearance here on Power Talk. And we'll bring him in here when we get to this next division. But Chris Murray and SJ, I want y'all to give me your opinion. Who dominates this division in Madden 20? Chris Murray.
I'm going to be honest, man. It's set up for Dion to do his thing and come out and ball with those Atlanta Falcons. But I think Marizzi, man, how that New Orleans Saints team is stacked right now off the gate, it will be hard to pick against him. But I'm going to go with my gut is telling me, man. I'm going to take Nasty with those Falcons, man. It's set up for him to dominate. I mean, this is the game where man coverage works, press coverage works. You got Julio Jones, who is pretty much a guy that you have to focus in on no matter what defense you're coming out there with. And he has Deontay Freeman. So it's set up in Nasty Noop's favor, so I'm going with my gut, man. I'm taking Nasty Noop with this one.
All right, Chris Murray takes Nasty Noop and the Falcons. SJ, who you got dominating this division?
Dominating the division, I think, comes into play with who has the better team when you're dealing with, similar talent. So I agree. The Falcons probably could dominate the division. They have the best receiving core, the best safeties, I would say. Probably the best overall team. The Bucs have good linebackers. You got McCaffrey and Cam in a decent receiving core in Carolina. You got Drew Brees, who's aging. Maybe he'll last 1 or 2 seasons. So I think the Falcons is set up to better compete and dominate the division.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go with the Falcons too. Yeah,
I'm gonna go way off in left field. There is somebody in this division that is pissed off that he is not the Carolina Panthers, and he is on a mission. Is the only reason he picked these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He hates the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He can't stand Jameis Winston. He can't stand Mike Evans. He don't like nobody on this team. He picked the Buccaneers just for the fact that he didn't get his Panthers. C-Rob is going to shock some people. This is C-Rob's division right here, because not only is he upset, but he really has talent on that roster. Young on that defense side of the ball. He's got a wide receiver that can get anything. Can he fix the quarterback position? We'll find out. C-Rob, don't let me down. Next up, number 7, voted on by the Dynasty. It's the AFC East. Skill trade. He's got those Buffalo Bills. You got tight work taking the Dolphins. The schemer. He wanted all 32 teams. He settled for the Jets. And then you got Tone Dog, another one of the co-commissioners. He gets the New England Patriots. All right, SJ. Why is this division so bad? You got a multiple Super Bowl winner in tight work in this division. Schemer played well. Tone Dogs made the playoffs. Why is this division down there?
Man, I don't know. Actually, the Bills struggled, but they got some talent on that roster. Nice safety tandem, linebacker. So I don't know. I think they should be a little higher, especially with a Super Bowl winner. Tone in there, and Schemer is always a tough out. So I think they should be a little higher than here. But it should be a good battle with 3 West Coast users and the late night Bills.
Yeah.
On their time zone, even though he's on the East Coast, so it should be some fun late games in the division.
Yeah, definitely schedule-wise, this is one of the best divisions. No doubt that these guys are going to make it easy to schedule games with each other. But Chris Murray, why are they so low? Why are they 7th out of 8?
I'm gonna tell you right now why. No disrespect, but it's because of skill tree, man. It's the thing about it. The thing about it when you talking about these divisions, right? You can have top tier guys like Tightwood, for example, multiple Super Bowl winner. But if you get somebody that's going 4-12, 5-11, but it's just ridiculous, So it shows you that you can have a top tier guy in your division, but when you get them bottom feeder users in there, it tanks your division down. And I think, but this is just me jumping out on a limb. I think that come year 3 in the DML, this division will definitely be ranked a little bit higher because you have users like the schemer that can figure things out. You got Tone Dog who is taking the New England Patriots team that has some talent that can find guys and get top production out of them. You got Skill Trade who I think going back to Buffalo was a bad decision. I think he's going to repeat the same Madden 19 cycle this cycle. And then you got Tight Work, man, who proves every single cycle that it doesn't matter about the ratings. It just comes down to pure stick skills. So I think I agree. Season 3, this team would definitely be ranked a little bit higher, man. But I think the reason why they fell down so low is because a skill tree, man. Skill tree, man. You got ball out this joint, man.
Yeah, I agree. He could have took a better team. I think the Eagles were still left on the board.
Yep.
He took the Eagles, but he went back home. So I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't regret that decision, but we'll see.
All right, let's bring JB in here. JB, did you have the AFC East down here at 7 with a guy like Tight Work in this division?
Yeah, I did. I did have it down low, just for the simple fact, just because some of the teams might not be ready out the box. The users maybe, but the teams might not go the way they plan because they're not built the way they want to quite yet.
I like that. So not necessarily the stick skills of the four guys in this, but maybe the Jets still got some pieces they need to work on. We know tight work in those Dolphins got a lot of things to work on with that team. And then you got the Buffalo Bills who never get any love on Madden. And then on top of that, skill trade has not really been the same skill trade we expected. All right, so let's figure out who dominates this division. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a clean sweep. SJ, who you got dominating the AFC East?
I'm gonna go with tight work, but playing him twice a month, twice a season. I think Tone is gonna take that next step and kind of get over the hump, so to speak. And he'll battle him because he'll learn, from playing, a Super Bowl winner consistently. He'll pick up some pointers. He'll pick up some. You won't trick Tone twice. You might trick him once, but you won't trick him twice. So I think playing consistently, a Super Bowl winner will make him better, and I think it'll be a competitive. I would, and those Patriots even won that first season division crown.
All right, JB, who you got dominating this division in Madden 20?
I have a feeling it might be spread between the schemer, Tone, and tight work. I don't think it's going to be as easy as he think it's going to be. Because just for the simple fact, especially when he catches on, he'll catch on to you. And then with the schemer, you never know what he's going to happen. But you already know with him playing tight all from last Madden, I think you'll figure him out. So I think you're probably going to get split.
And that Jets team is kind of tough.
They got talent.
They got talent all
Chris
over,
Murray,
especially defense.
Please come in here and right this ship. Who dominates this division?
I'm telling you right now, man, it's going to be tough. I'm going to tell you why it's going to be tough. Now, everybody think, all right, yeah, tight work being tight work, he's going to dominate it. But Tone got some good news when the New England Patriots signed Tom Brady to that 2-year deal. So until Tom Brady retires, until Julian Edelman decides to decline, I'm being honest. I'm going with the Patriots on this one. I'm just being honest. But the thing about it is, them Jets, man. Them Jets.
Wow.
Them Jets.
Wow.
Look, I'm not taking nothing away from tight. Tight gonna be what tight's gonna be,
right.
but it's not gonna be as easy as what everybody's portraying it to be, because these teams are evenly matched. Like every single team in this division is evenly matched on both sides of the field, including the Bills.
Right.
Neither one of these teams lack any talent. But the thing about it is, the whole thing comes down to, can guys just figure out how to get things going with these squad? Because, like I said, man, until Tom Brady and Julian Edelman decides to decline, them two are a match made in heaven. Like, it's just crazy. So I got Tone, man, for the first two seasons, and then once Tight decided to, take things a little bit serious, I got Tight taking it over, man. But I'm going with Tone on this one.
All right, let expert be the voice of reason. Madden 20 run game is crazy OP right now. You can run this football and run it efficiently out of multiple sets and dominate a game with your running back. Tight work is one of the greatest offensive running coordinators we have in the DML. He loves to run the football, almost to a fault. A lot of times we gave tight work grief last cycle because he just refused to throw the ball until he got to those last couple seasons, and he just wasn't prepared to kind of take over a throwing attack. But he loves to run the football. And this team is going to run the football, and they're going to dominate this division. I understand there's talent on all four teams. Tone Dog is not one of those guys you're not gonna pull the wool over his eyes. The schemer is kind of that X factor. You never know what schemer's going to do. He could show up one day and be dominant, and then he's going to show up the next day and run the drag 48 times in a row. You just never know with schemer. But tight work is going to dominate this division. But it's up to you guys. We're split here. I mean, a lot of guys are going different ways. But I don't think this division should have been at 7. Not with a guy like tight work in there, schemer, and Tone Dog. All three guys that have made the playoffs, that have shown that they can play well, should have been higher than 7. But the real travesty is who's at number 6. Number 6 here on Power Talk. It's the AFC South. You got the big homie taking the Colts. SJ's got the Jags. Addy 5 in the Texans. And then you got Solomon in the Titans. SJ, why are y'all at number 6? You got how many Super Bowls does Addy 5 have? He got 5 rings, 4 championships.
5, 6, something
he
like
got
that.
so many. You got SJ, who consistently is up there. Now, SJ had a rough 19 because he had to play expert twice a season. You got Solomon, who played well. He's always been there until he got the high stakes and he fell off a little bit. But you got 3 good users, and then you got the big homie over there in Indianapolis. Why are y'all at number 6?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't expect that, especially with again with the Super Bowl when they're in the division. I don't see how you get voted that low. Maybe it might have been some haters voting. I don't know. Who knows? But I think it'll be a competitive division similar to the AFC East. You know. Yeah, I think we should have been a little bit higher. But hey, we'll try to move up on that next vote.
To me, this was a top 3 division, if you ask me. This is a top 3 division, not because I think that SJ or Solomon can, right out the gate, compete with Addy 5, but defensively, the defensive mind that SJ is Chris Murray. With that defense he has in Jacksonville. You're talking about Miles Jack, Telvin Smith, Ramsey. You're talking about a defensive line that's after the quarterback. Do you feel like people maybe look at SJ because he had to go up against a very tough division in 19, and then you look at Solomon, who kind of fell off at the end of 19, really didn't have a strong showing at the end, which is what most guys remember. Is that affecting this AFC South division as we move into 20?
Yes, sir. That's definitely what it is, man. I think that the people was just going off of what they know. You know, and that be the thing, like, if sometimes people forget, like, you giving SJ, let's just break down this division real fast. All right. You're giving SJ Miles Jack, who is by far one of the most dominant as far as when it comes to user skills, because the ratings really don't matter. You're giving this guy somebody like Miles Jack, Telvin Smith, you know, Jalen Ramsey. Then let's even talk about Solomon, the Titans, man. You giving him a young team who, like you just mentioned before, the run game is OD than this Madden 20. So you're giving him Henry combined with, I forget the other running back name out there. So I think that people are, you know, remembering things, but also forgetting too, because this is going to be a crazy division. And then you got this Addy 5 who dominated all last cycle and raised, what, four or five banners, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
So I think that the people, man, just got this one completely wrong, man. I don't think that this team should have been, you know, with somebody having 5 banners. That alone should carry them at least to the top 4. At least.
JB, when you voted on this division, did you vote this division down here at number 5 or at number 6?
I had it at number 5.
Okay,
because
so
it's just
one above here. Okay.
Yeah, one above, because not just because I think because Addy gonna own the division. Sorry, SJ, but it's just from seeing what he did last Madden, and then you kind of low key kind of called him out, SJ. So he's gonna.
I mean, you don't have to apologize. When I ask SJ, he gonna say Addy's dominating it too. So don't worry about that. No, I'm not. Okay, hold on. SJ, who dominates this division in Madden 20?
I'm gonna try to, but I mean, hey, it all comes down to who has the opportunity to play the most games and practice and get the most reps. So I'm gonna try to put some focus and get those reps in, and I'm gonna try to dominate it. I wouldn't be mad if Clowney got traded either. You know?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that. Chris Murray,
that's gonna hurt.
Does the potential trade of Clowney before we start? We saw that last year with Mac going from the Raiders to the Bears. And I know the Bus really thoroughly enjoyed that trade. And Addy has kind of been, hey, if he goes, he goes. If he stays, he stays. That's kind of the mode that we see Addy 5 usually in. Like, I'll play with who's on the roster. It doesn't make a difference. I'll add a piece later.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good, but he does.
Let me explain something real fast. We not talking about no average player, all right? We talking about somebody who, let alone that can wreak havoc on the defensive side of the ball. He's paired with somebody with JJ Watt. If you take away Clown, don't get me wrong, JJ Watt is a spectacular player, but you got to figure things out very fast, because JJ Watt, he's on the wrong side of the age clock, and then you're going in a division once again, like Expert just said. The run game is OD in this man game. So for you to lose somebody on a defensive line that's dominant, come on, man, that's going to be a big hole that you're going to have to work very fast to fill. And I'm just telling you, I know his division mates is going to be smiling from ear to ear. Like,
absolutely. So Chris Murray, who dominates this division in 20?
Man, it's until somebody can prove it wrong. Eddie, man, he got DeAndre Hopkins, he got Will Fuller, he got what's the other guy? What's the other rookie? Miller? Braxton Miller. He got him. So he's coming into
QT.
Yeah, he got QT, which is his speedster. He got Will Fuller. He got Nuke on the other side, who's 99.
So he's coming in. He's coming into an organization and a team that already has key pieces that he likes. You see what I'm saying? And then he's getting a mobile quarterback with Deshaun Watson, who's an upgrade from Marcus Mariota. It's gonna be real interesting, man.
They traded. Now they got Duke Johnson in the backfield. They got some talent on this offensive side of football. On top of, they got a very good defensive front seven. JB, who dominates this division in 20?
I'm gonna go with Addy for. I'll give him, maybe, if we do 9 cycles, I'll give him 7 titles.
Wow.
SJ gets 2.
Wow. I would be thoroughly pleased if SJ won 2 division titles here. That would be amazing. SJ won 1 last year. He deserves 2 here. I definitely think Addy 5 is the leading guy, but we'll see. All right, next up, number 5. It's the NFC East, who has your boy Expert in it. You got Westside Puglisi with the Eagles, finally taking the Eagles at like 25. Myself with the Cowboys. You got Richie has the New York Giants. And then you got Under 2 Rated, who took his Redskins again. Mr. Loyalty himself. All right, JB, I'm going to go to you. Is the NFC East right where it's supposed to be at number 5 here on the worst to best here on Power Talk?
I think they probably could have been number 3, honestly. Ooh. For the simple fact, you got you, because you constantly always in the playoffs, and then you got Westside Pablo. You never know what he gonna bring, and then you giving him some talent already. Yeah, I think he's gonna constantly be in the playoffs too, but it's gonna be for the wild card. And then you got Richie. Richie's coming to play. We know we saw what he did with the Matty and his Eagles after he gave him to him. So we know what he's gonna bring, especially with the Giants that need maybe some little bit more, some more speed and a little bit more talent on the offensive side as far as receivers. But he'll build that up. And then underrated, you don't know what you're gonna get with him.
Well, I mean, underrated is gonna tank for 8 seasons, and then when high stakes comes around, then he's gonna have a monster squad. And he's gonna show up. So the first 8 seasons, underrated is gonna be complete garbage, and then he'll show up. Chris Murray, is the NFC East where it's supposed to be here at number 5?
Yeah, I think this is a top 5 division, but like I keep saying, I'm gonna keep saying it over again. I think that come season 3, this division is gonna climb up the ladder, because just off the fact that you have the Cowboys, who by far is one of the. It's burning my lips to say this, but
which is why the OG took the Steelers. It's okay.
They stacked, man. They stacked. Let's clear it up, man. OG ain't run from nobody, man. OG one of them Steelers, but the Cowboys, man, they're good, and the Eagles, if Westside can figure out, how to take care of those financial situations, right, they're good too, And then you got Under, who by far is one of the greatest tank artists in the DML
of all time. GOAT was tanking.
He's coming out there with that, Washington Redskins team, who a lot of people probably not paying attention to, have one of the most fastest defense in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these guys can figure out how to make things gel, because the Giants is not going to compete, in my opinion, till at least 8 seasons in. I'm just being honest. Like, that team is a mess, man. But if the Redskins and expert gonna do what expert gonna do, and Westside can just keep plugging in key pieces, this team should, like, this division should be, in my opinion, top 3, man. Top 3.
All right, SJ.
Don't have to worry about tanking with that young talent over there.
All right, SJ. Who dominates this division in 20?
It's definitely the Cowboys division. If Westside Pablo can manage that Eagles roster and keep the folks he needs to keep there in Philly. He can compete. Richie has a task on his hands, kind of getting some talent in New York. And the Redskins has a lot of young talent, QB, wide receiver, Landon Collins. So he'll be a tough out, but it's the Cowboys division to lose.
No doubt. JB, who owns this division here?
I said Cowboys until Richie gets some talent in New York, and then then he'll give you a run for your money.
Chris Murray.
Man, you already know where I'm going at with this, man. Like, the Cowboys, man, it's all right. The first 2 seasons is gonna be a neck and neck battle between Westside and Expert. All right, but after that, man, it's just it comes down to who can figure out how to keep key guys, at home, flat out. That's what it comes down to. Because each one of these teams, except for them Giants and the Redskins, the Cowboys and the Eagles going to figure out how can they keep key guys, man, under contract. That's it. And it's going to come down to that. Whoever can figure it out, that's who's going to dominate it. But I think I'm gonna go with the Cowboys and Expert, man. Like, it's burning my lips to just mention those damn Cowboys.
No, I understand.
That's what I'm gonna go with, man.
I understand completely. And I need Jerry Jones to understand. I need you to sign all of these players before we start the season, so that way I don't have to deal with that money situation. Just pay Dak, Zeke, Amari Cooper. Go ahead and sign Jalen Smith to a longer contract. All that money stuff before we start, so I don't have to worry about it. But
and that saves you cash too if that happens. You know what I mean?
That's cheap. That's cheap.
Jerry Jones, man, ignore that memo, man.
So definitely think the Cowboys dominate this division. I'll never pick anyone but myself. All right, next up, number 4, it's the NFC West. And it's a very good division. You got Kal-El, Mr. Niner time. He's got those 49ers. Sweets 99, kind of shocking the world a little bit late in the draft, if you could really do that, taking those Cardinals. You got King Flair taking the Rams. And then you got JB taking those Seattle Seahawks with Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and a 99 Bobby Wagner on that defensive side of the football. So, Chris Murray, this division here I believe, at number 3 on my list. Mm-hmm. Do you feel 3-4 was a good spot for the NFC West?
Yes, man. I'm going to tell you why. This is one of the most exciting divisions. I'm happy to see this year. I'm not going to lie, because you got Sweets getting a pass-happy offense, and that Arizona Cardinals playbook is filthy. You got Niner time, who, was coming into playing with his favorite team. So he's one of those exciting guys who I like to watch play, because he loves, passing the rock. You got JB, who's coming into by far, man, one of the most dominant wide receivers we see in the DML to date with DK Metcalf. And then you got, King Flair. King Flair, man, who inherited a Dallas Cowboys team my fault, not Dallas Cowboys, like, they on my damn head, man. Jerry Jones, get out my head. Yep. He's taking over a LA Rams team who is one of the best teams on the game.
It is.
Flair's stick skills don't match this team. So I think that Matt is going to belly him out, giving him a couple wins. But this division is just really exciting, man, because it's a toss-up. You just don't know. Like, you honestly really don't know who's going to dominate this division, because It's just crazy, man. I'm gonna be tuning into every game this season with this division. I'm telling you, man.
JB, you got the Seattle Seahawks. You got a mobile quarterback in Russell Wilson. You got DK Metcalf. You got a stingy defense, young defense on the other side. Bobby Wagner getting a little older, but Bobby Wagner, a 99 linebacker. Do you feel like you can compete with those top two guys in Niner time and in suites with this roster?
I think I can, and I believe I can. I ain't gonna say I think, I believe I can, and I will. But I'm just gonna let the stick show. But I believe I can sneak in there a couple playoff spots. I think I can get in there just to surprise them, because I play suites quite a bit, so me and Suites will probably duel it out. But it's just the Niners I ain't never played, so he's gonna be the one I'm gonna have to figure it out. And I think once I figure him out, I think I'll be able to give a rest of them run for the money. I ain't gonna be worried about King Flair.
SJ, do you think King Flair shocks anybody in this division?
Well, he shocked me by taking the Rams. He also shocked me by picking higher than me. I don't know what that was about. I need to recount Nasty Noob. I need to recount them points. Well, I don't know, but I hope he goes up team, even with that Rams team. JB voted against me, so I'm gonna vote against him. I hope he goes 0-16 as well. Well, 2-14 because he would have to beat Flair. So I hope the Seahawks go 2-14, the Rams 0-16, and that'll leave the Niners and the Cardinals to duke it out.
All right, SJ.
At least I gave you two division titles.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers, Khalil, only because he has the better team, higher overall team, out the box.
All right, JB, do you dominate this division, or do you feel like those two guys sitting at the top right now are a little bit ahead of you?
So I'm gonna put my balls on my shoulders. I say I'm gonna dominate this division.
Hey,
I like it, JB. All right, Chris Murray, who dominates this division in 20?
King. It's like no. Who dominate this division, man? I'm telling you right now, man. I'm gonna go with Niner time, because I don't feel like right now Sweets is able to compete. Even though Sweets, he's good as far as stick skills, but I just don't think that roster right now is built to compete.
Yeah.
But
it's opposing that roster. But I got Isabella, as a possible Rookie of the Year candidate.
Let me tell you something about Isabella. That boy is the white Tyreek Hill. He bad.
Yeah.
Don't get it. Yo, do not get it. That boy is bad, and he's fast. And I played Sweets with this Arizona Cardinals team, and he got some stuff that he's cooking up in the lab. So DML,
he does, bro.
Be aware, man. Be aware. But I got it going down to Niners time. But JB, man, please, man, please. I want to show to me, man. Please, he can be the best receiver in the DML, man. Please.
Yeah. And the way you can do that is when we open up trading in season 2, is that you just answer my DM, and we'll make sure that DK Metcalf is taken care of.
I'm sure there'll be a long line.
No, he'll be able to get whatever he wants for DK Metcalf if he wants, or hang on to him.
I might surprise y'all. Y'all never know, man.
That's
I'll
true.
give you whatever, man. Please.
I will say this. I like Niner time. He is very, very talented. From watching his time in the blueprint, he sticks to himself. He's very methodical. He's shown that he has the stick skills to compete with anybody. My thing is that if there was a Madden team to give to a certain user, Sweets 99 and this Arizona Cardinals is a match made in heaven. Mm-hmm. He loves to throw this rock around, and I played Sweets in Madden 20. He is very, very good. Him and I went down to the last second, when he played against my Cowboys. And I'll tell you this: the fact that we gave him an air raid offense with Cliff Kingsbury coming from Texas Tech, who basically only runs the football because it sets something up on the next 2 plays. This is a team that has talent on this football team with David Johnson, with Kyler Murray, and he's going to shock a lot of people. I say Sweets is going to dominate this division, and I say dominate. He's just going to win more division titles than Niner time will. They're going to battle it out. You're going to see a lot of games where it comes down to week 17. Sweet's got to get a win. He needs Kal-El to lose. Same thing on the other side. They're going to play each other in week 17. Whoever wins that game wins the division. We're going to see those types of seasons. This division should have been higher, if you ask me. With those two guys at the top, and then you got a guy like JB who has proven he can play well in spots with that roster. And then you give King Flair a team like the Rams, who are loaded with Aaron Donald, with Todd Gurley, with Goff. I mean, you are very, very talented in LA. He's got to win some games just off of his talent. And I felt like this team, this division should have been one hour next. And it's AFC North. You got Taz and the Bengals. You got Bruce and the Browns. You got HBO and the Ravens, and the OG Chris Murray and the Steelers. Now, any division that has HB no in that division cannot be in the top 3. DML, listen to me. I know y'all are watching the show. Please hit the like button, leave your comment below, share the show so people can see this. How on God's green earth do you put HBO in a top 3 division? The only way this division should have been in top 3 is if Addy 5, Tight Work, and Expert had the other 3 teams. At no point should HBO and the Ravens be a top 3. Now, Taz went home to the Bengals. You got a top 5 user in the Dynasty in Jeezy. You got Mr. Spam himself and Chris Murray over there with the Steelers, and you gave him a wide receiver that he's going to throw him the football even when he's covered. I promise you, he's already working on throwing him the football when he's covered in Juju Smith-Schuster. Those 3 guys I understand being in the top 3. SJ, do you feel like the North should have been up here as a top 3 division for Madden 20?
Definitely not. But I will say it's a competitive division. But yeah, 3. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. But it will be a competitive division. The Bengals are good. The Browns are obviously good. The Ravens can be good. We'll see what HBO does there. And the Steelers are good. So, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was just from a talent perspective from that division. Maybe I could see why it would be a top 3 that way. So,
Chris Murray, how long before HBO trades Lamar Jackson?
Sure. I think dudes is hitting his DM right now about trading Lamar, but this is the thing right here. I don't think he's going to trade him because he's not ready to take that heat from the league. But we gonna see, man. We gonna see. When he started eating those Cheetos and drinking the Monsters, man, he become a whole different beast, man. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna send him a case of Cheetos as a bargain chip.
Chris Murray, do you feel like your division should have been a top 3?
I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like it should have been, I say top 5. I think the league got us a little bit higher, but the reason why is just off the fact that my fault. Let me refer to it. I think we're fine in the spot that we are in because I'm gonna tell you why. Each team roster, the Bengals, had AJ Atkins, John Ross, the Browns. Oh my God, I don't want to name that roster because it gives me goosebumps every time I start naming players on that team. Then you got the Baltimore Ravens with Hollywood Brown, Lamar Jackson, Earl Thompson. Then you got the Steelers, Juju Smith-Schuster, Kevin Bush, Ryan Shazier. So I think at the top 5. Well, the top 5, top 3. But you got to prove why we're ranked this high. But I don't think that HBO is gonna hold that weight for us this cycle. And I can see us dropping out of the top 5. I can see us dropping out of the top 5.
JB, do you feel the AFC North is better than your division?
No.
No, even though we ain't got no Super Bowl winners, but I think just competition-wise, stick skills, I think we can match with them.
No, I mean, this division does have several Super Bowl winners. You got Jeezy won with the Ravens last year. The OG Chris Murray, Mr. Spam King himself, invented throwing the football to one guy the entire game with those Chicago Bears.
White.
a high-stakes Super Bowl winner in your own right, Chris Murray. I just don't think this is a top three. This is a top three division.
That's it. It got the reason why HBO is in there by default because of him. That's the reason why he's in there. If you take him out, yeah, because when Taz shows up to play for a season. If he shows up, now talking about there goes the Madden BS and everything.
Okay,
he's
so
good.
so let's talk about that for a second because y'all know I love the homie Tazzarelli, and we sending prayers and thoughts out to Tazzarelli. Make sure his health is all right. But Taz hasn't shown anything, guys. Let's be honest. What has Tazzarelli shown us in the past two Maddens that put him in a top three division? I mean, that's my guy. I love Taz. I mean, we've done shows together. The homie has come to the hometown and we broke bread together. I mean, this is a top-notch guy. Like, my favorite user in the Dynasty is Taz. Mm-hmm. But he hasn't done anything on the stick skills for us to crown him a top three division user. Mm-hmm. So someone let me know. I mean,
I think it's out of respect for Taz.
I understand we got respect for the guys in the Dynasty, but this was not a respect poll. If that was true, the Falcons would have been the number one division because we got more respect for the commish, Nasty Newt, than anybody else with the work that he puts in. This is who on the stick skills have the best division. No way the AFC North should have been in the top three. Maybe the top six. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to Chris Murray and BGZ because those guys are going to carry this division. But nobody on this panel is picking the Bengals or the Ravens to dominate this division or even win one division title for the AFC North. This is going to be a battle between Bruce and the OG Chris Murray. Can defense in Cleveland beat out spam in Pittsburgh? So let's go around the room. Chris Murray, do you dominate this division in Madden 20?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you why, man.
How many divisions do you win out of 9?
9. I'm winning 6. I got Bruce. Winning the first couple because that Browns team is just crazy. But I think Bruce going to have to make some tough decisions, and that's when my Pittsburgh Steelers are going to creep their asses right through the cracks. All I gotta do is just find some speed. And once I find some speed, I'm good. I'm good once I find some speed. 'Cause I got Juju Smith-Schuster already, who by far is going to do what he do. We figuring things out. But once I find somebody like a John Ross, it's a wreck. So Ted, DM, baby, we division mates. Come on, show me some, give me that discount price.
Yeah, he not sending you John Ross. Stop even asking. JB, who dominates this division in 20?
I say it's going to be 50-50.
Well, it can't be 50-50 because there's 9 seasons. So one person's going to win 5, one's going to win 4.
That's so 5-4, and I'm going to give it 5 to BGZ because because the defense. He can play defense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He definitely is a defensive minded. SJ, who dominates this division in 20?
I'm going to say the Bengals will win one division crown, maybe that first season. Then after that, it'll be split between.
So that's how you're gonna give it split? Is you're gonna get the Bengals a free one at the beginning, and then split it between the Browns and the Steelers. I like it, SJ. SJ is running for political office in the greater New York area.
No, I really think that.
If you have a vote in Section 2 of SJ City, please go and vote for SJ so he can get into office. That's the most political answer in the world. Listen to me. The Browns team is stacked in this game on both sides of this football. And you're going to give a defensive-minded guy a very, very good defense with talent all over that roster. Unfortunately, I think the OG Chris Murray, he delivers on his promise, and he gives a couple division titles to Jeezy at the beginning. He finds that speed wide receiver, and he dominates this division in Madden 20. I like this roster in Pittsburgh. It's one of the most underrated rosters on the game. Definitely. I've played with them. Shazier and Devin Bush are just ridiculous on that defense.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, they are all over the place. And then you got a guy like Juju Smith-Schuster, who Madden gave a lot of love to, because he's done some things with EA. He's been around at events. They gave him some love in this game, and he's got some X factors that really help him out as a wide receiver. And I know Chris Murray's been working on that. The guy goes up and gets the football, and what better than to have a user who doesn't care how many people are covering you. He's going to chunk it up to you 10, 15 times a game. I think the Steelers dominate this division, but it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be, the Steelers win 7, the Browns win 2. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be that 5-4, 6-3 kind of domination. But let's move to the top 2. Next up, it's the AFC West. And let's get the one bad part out of here, and that's darkness with those Broncos. Has no chance of dominating this division. You know what? SJ and Chris Murray and JB, y'all been here long enough. Darkness used to be that guy that you didn't want to play. He was good. And you knew every time you played Darkness, you had to bring it. I need that Darkness back. Until then, he's going to be the scrub of this division. But you got King Vitamin with a very talented Chargers team. KP went home, never left, came back home, didn't even move anything out the office because he just took the Chiefs again, the fastest team in Madden 20. And then you got the Frenchman, Andy Forcey, also known as Andy Force, took those Oakland Raiders, soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders. I had this division. I went back and forth with this division, SJ. I had them at 1, and then I put him at 2, and then I put him back at 1, and then I eventually left him at 2. I think this division is right where it needs to be, but I could easily see people flipping this and being the hardest division. What do you like about the AFC West?
Yeah, it's a tough division for sure. Could easily be one. The Broncos quarterback situation will keep them from even competing against the other 3. So they can practice plays versus him. It's a tough division. I want to say that probably Chargers and Chiefs have equally talented rosters, maybe not in the same areas, but equally talented. And Andy Force is always a tough game, no matter what roster he's dealing with. So, it's deserving of 2 for sure.
Yeah, and JB, do you feel like this is the most talented roster as far as users? Maybe not team wise, because I think the Raiders got some work to do with that roster still. I mean, they do have Antonio Brown, but talent wise, as far as users between King Vitamin, KP, and Andy Force, the most talented division.
Yeah, I do. For the simple fact that King Vitamin was added to the division. You subtracted pretty much me, you subtracted Tone, and you added pretty much Vitamin, right? Which is pretty much like a Super Bowl winner. We give him that. He did win the Super Bowl, right? So you give him that. So that's gonna be a tough division. And I'm telling you the truth, I'm glad I didn't pick the Broncos to go to that division. I ain't gonna lie, I ran. As soon as I see the first 3 I saw who was in it, I ran. I won't ever have a chance.
Yeah. Chris Murray, is this division based on which King Vitamin shows up? Because we saw in Madden 18 a good King Vitamin, and then Madden 19 we kind of saw Vitamin fall off. Is this division's talent? He was tanking. Is this division's talent based on what King Vitamin shows up for these Chargers?
Correct. I'm telling you right now, because King Vitamin has no excuse. He can't say, oh man, it's the quarterback, it's the running back, it's the defense. By far, this LA Chargers team, man, should have went in the top 5 with how well this team is stacked. But like you hit it right on the buzzer, man, doing what King Vitamin shows up. But in my opinion, man, I'm telling you right now, man, a lot of people are counting out, those Raiders. And I'm telling you right now, man, them Raiders is going to shock a lot of people. But this division, though, man, in my opinion, I had them ranked number 1, just off of, like you said, King Vitamin with the LA Chargers, KP with the Chiefs, fastest offense on paper. And you got the Frenchman with those Oakland Raiders, man, soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders. It's just like, why can't you put them, at number 1? You got Vitamin, who hung a banner. You got KP, who hung multiple banners, and you have the Frenchman who won the season last cycle. So, like, I'm confused, man. I think the DML got this one wrong, baby. They should have been number one.
Yeah, this is I had him at 2, but like I said, could easily see them flip back into 1. All right, Chris Murray, who dominates this division?
Whew, it's gonna be a crazy one, man. But I'm jumping out on a limb here. I'm going with King Vitamin. Just off of the fact. My fault. I'm going with King Vitamin. Oh man, Vitamin, don't come back to bite me. Don't let this come back to bite me in my ass. But if the right Vitamin shows up, this Chargers team is made to win out for at least the first 3 seasons. All right, because KP's gonna have to figure out. Don't get me wrong, he got Patrick Mahomes. He has Tyreek Hill. He has the other fast, speedy rookie wide receiver. He has Kelsey.
Hardman.
But how can he figure out how to give Patrick Mahomes enough time to get that ball off? That's the question. You know, so Vitamin is tipping in your favor, man. You have the secondary to compete with these speedy wide receivers out there in Kansas City, the AB out there in Oakland. You have the defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. So the ball is on your court, man. So I'm going with Vitamin. I'm going with Vitamin on this one.
Wow. JB, who you got dominating this division?
I say it's going to be a 3-way split. It's going to be 3-3-3. Honestly. Because, like I said, that once Andy Forsay figures out the Raiders and pretty much that talent on there, on who he wants to have, well, he's gonna start turning some heads, and they wouldn't have to worry about him going on vacation or anything like that. KP, we already know I have a feeling once he figures out the passing the ball situation, he's gonna be something dominant. And then people starts trading him the pieces that he needs or that he likes. Then we're really gonna see who's the real KP. And then the Vitamin, like his team is stacked. He just gonna have to figure out when it's time to pay Ingram and Bosa how he gonna pay.
All right, SJ, who dominates this one?
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. They got the two of the top 10 best players in the game, maybe the top 2 best players.
Yeah.
So no matter what your roster is looking like, it's gonna be hard to stop them too, especially if they get hot, which I'm sure KP will master. So I think it's the Chiefs all the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with SJ on this one. I can't go against KP and the Chiefs. Somebody's gonna have to come and take this division away from the Chiefs. And definitely, I think King Vitamin and Andy Force have that talent as far as stick skills. But until KP relinquishes it, I think this is the Chiefs division. All right, that's 8 through 2.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 division voted on by you, the Dynasty users, is the NFC North. You got the bus with those Chicago Bears. T-Pain in the studio right now working on his 7th album with those Detroit Lions. You got Embro, who took his Packers, told us he was taking his Packers. It's my hometown team. It's the only team I want. And he took them. And then you got Jay taking those Minnesota Vikings. He was thoroughly excited when the Vikings fell to him. All right, Chris Murray, you've already said this should not be the number 1 division. Why is this not the number 1 division with really 3 guys who could pretty much dominate it the entire cycle?
No banners. Like, come on, DML. Like, banners don't matter anymore.
No, because if banners mattered, then Addy 5 and the Saints would have been at 1.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm sorry, he has the Texans.
Don't get me wrong. I just think that this division is overhyped. I'm gonna tell you. That's just me being honest. You don't get me wrong. Jay, top 10 user in the DML. Emerald came in last cycle from the blueprint and picked right up where Matty Ice left off those Philadelphia Eagles. You got the Bus who stayed balling out with those Chicago Bears. But my thing is, I think this division, who has proven anything in this division? Like the last division that just was ranked number 2, we had 3 guys that won banners in the DML. So what is the argument? You had 3 guys, okay, who won banners. You had 3 guys who who's coming into an organization that has stacked rosters.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 guys that has proven that they can compete with top tier users in the DML. So that's just my opinion. I don't feel like nobody in this division has shown like, oh, hey, I'm a force to be reckoned with in the DML. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the bus who can't get over that hump in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. Yes, he makes it to the playoffs. You know, he does his thing. But at the end of the day, it's about winning banners in the DML. It's not about being here, saying, hey, I went to the playoffs, 20 seasons in. No, it's about hanging up that banner. And how that Bears team is stacked right now, the bus. I'm putting the pressure on you. You better win the banner this cycle. But you got Jay with the Vikings, who last cycle just fell completely off the map during the most important season of all year, high state. And we got Embrew, who came into a stacked Eagles team, but just kept dropping the ball. So I think all these guys, the bus, Embrew, and Jay, they can't get over that hump in the playoffs. They make it there, but they can't get over that hump. So I'm just speaking facts right now. I don't think that this division should have been number 1, stating off of the previous statement that I made with KP, Vitamin, and Mr. Frenchman himself coming in at number 2. They should have been number 1 in my opinion, man. I'm telling you right now.
So as someone that has banners here in the Dynasty, and also as someone that it took me several cycles to get that first banner.
Mm-hmm.
Let's remember that KP didn't have a banner in 19.
Mm-hmm.
Right? King Vitamin, 90% of the Dynasty doesn't remember his banner. Matter of fact, there's guys watching this show who had to go back to the website and be like, Vitamin won a banner? When did King Vitamin win a banner? He won one. Matter of fact, Vitamin won his banner before Expert was in the Dynasty. That's how long ago it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Andy Forrest, who once he won his banner, we never heard from him again in Madden 20. Where you got a guy like Embro, who very successful in the blueprint, kind of that same MO that we saw from Addy 5, successful in the blueprint. We brought him up to the Dynasty. It took a couple seasons to kind of get over that hump. Addy 5, it took him a little bit. Once he broke the banner barrier, he won multiple ones. But I think Embro is that talented of a guy that he can compete for a banner. You got a guy like a Bus who goes undefeated in a season. And if you ask T-Pain, the Bus is the number 1 choke artist in the Dynasty. But when you're going up against guys like Addy 5, against Sweets 99, and you're having to beat those guys in the playoffs, I'm going to tell you this right now. To win a banner in the Dynasty, you got to have 2 things. You got to first have amazing stick skills to get to the Super Bowl. But another thing is you got to have the ball bounce your way a couple times, because there are times, and SJ will tell you, SJ and I have battled for years and years in the Dynasty. There are games that SJ and I can look back on and say, you know what? I got no business winning that football game. SJ dominated me the entire game, but I get a fluke tip interception or a fluke fumble, and all of a sudden that momentum changes, and now Leonard Fournette breaks out for a 94-yard run when Clowney had him in the backfield, or Camu had him in the backfield. Right. So I think there's it's difficult to say someone is choking when that person is consistently in the playoffs every single year in a league where it's top heavy. You take the top 8, 10, 12 guys in the Dynasty, any one of those guys can win a banner at any time. Do you think, SJ, sometimes we let the banner talk cloud our judgment when we talk about user skills?
Let me chime in real fast. I don't want to cut you off real fast. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead, Chris Murphy.
Now, a lot of people might not remember this, but I used to call Addy a major choke artist. Like, I used to post the pic in the chat with the dude.
No, we all remember. We all remember. You have that picture queued up, ready to go.
This is the thing. I'm not saying guys are choke artists, because like you said, for you just to get to the dance, it proves a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people are choke artists, but my thing is we're not gonna use that as a crutch to say, oh man, damn, yo, I played against Addy in the Super Bowl. Like, if you count yourself out just because this man hung 5 banners, I don't want to hear that, I want to be against a good user. I made it here, you made it here. I'm trying to come for your throat at the end of the day. You mean, and if I lose, I'm not going to say, oh, I lost because, Addy just this amazing user. Expert is just this amazing user. I lost because I feel like I got outplayed. It's not that you're better than me. It's just that I made some bad decisions. But I think a lot of guys use that as a crush. Like, oh man, I made it to the Super Bowl, but I played against Expert. He's just a better user than me. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Y'all know how I rock. I'm not trying to hear it. If you made it there, you need to ball out and put them excuses aside. But that's just my opinion on it, man. Now, my fault, shit. You can talk. My fault, man. My fault.
No, you good. So, what's the question again, Expert?
SJ, do you think sometimes we allow the banner kind of cloud our judgment when we're talking about what's the toughest division?
I think so. I personally don't do it. I think I can see how someone or guys do that, but a banner is important and it shows, like you said, that you have the stick skills, but sometimes you get lucky, so you really can't gauge luck. Mm-hmm. But the ball definitely has to bounce your way,
right,
during that stretch. So, yeah, I think. And going into that, I think the Bears, just went undefeated in the regular season. Right. So, I think once he does get over that hump, the same thing you're talking about, Chris Murray, where you put that fear into the opponent, I think that'll help him out too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
JB, do you feel like this is the toughest division in Madden 20?
Yeah, because I'm just basing it off of stick skills. From what I've seen, I'm basing it off of stick skills. So yeah.
So Chris Murray's the only one that felt they should have been 2, 3, 4, besides at number 1. Chris Murray,
said they could have went both ways, either 1 or 2. It was flip-flop.
Yeah, and I felt the same way, JB. I had him at 2. I put him at 1. They kind of flip-flopped between the AFC West and the NFC North. But Chris Murray, do you feel like T-Pain and Darkness kind of cancel each other out, and then you're basically basing the these two off of the top 3 guys? You got the Bus, Embro, and Jay versus KP, Andy Force, and King Vitamin. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So if you put those 6 guys in a match, you feel like the AFC West is going to dominate those games based on these 3 guys.
I'm not gonna say dominate, but I think the AFC West will come out with the victory. Just off of if we had to put it down to, let's just say each 3 of those teams that you just mentioned, right, has a chance at getting 3 spots. This is me just speaking. Yeah. I know it can't happen, but I'm just speaking hypothetically. If we had to put it down to each 3 of these teams getting a guaranteed playoff spot every single year, I'm going with the AFC West. Why? Because it depends on what, I'm just going to put this in quotation, it depends on what Vitamin comes out and play. And it also, like I said, depends on what Jay comes out and play. Because we have seen seasons where Jay showed that spark, and then we see seasons where Jay falls off the mat. So I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to, in my opinion, just 2 teams in each division, which is the Frenchman and KP versus the Bus and Embryo, it comes down to the AFC West. I just feel like that these guys have not figured out yet how to get over the hump. I want them to use what I'm saying as motivation. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to tear nobody down on the show. I'm just saying I don't feel like these guys believe like that they're once they get to the playoffs that they belong there. That's just how I'm looking at it. Because
not only that, their opponent is coming in like, oh yeah, he gonna choke again. I'm about to get this W.
Exactly. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Is like they're not putting fear in nobody hurt. When people go up against the Bears in the playoffs, they feel like they're playing a complete different user, a complete different team. When dudes was going up against those Eagles, they didn't feel like, oh man, this Eagles team is crazy. No, they are looking at the user first, then they're looking at the team. So I don't think that these guys that have put that fear in the DML yet. Now, do I want them to do that? Yes, because that makes the level of competition in the DML rise through the roof. So don't take my message the wrong way. Take it the right way and use it as motivation, man. Get over that damn hump and get a banner. Like, that's what I want to see. I'm being
all
honest.
right. Last question, Chris Murray. Who dominates this division?
I'm gonna split it. Well, I'm gonna. All right. This might shock a lot of people, but if Jay can figure out, man, if he can figure out how to get this Minnesota Vikings team clicking, I got him taking the first season, because Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, them two, man, is just crazy. However, after that, it's going to come down between the Bears and the Packers, man, flat out. That's just that. So I got Jay taking the first season.
Yeah.
You know, if he could get things clicking, I got the Packers and the Bears splitting for a piece. Man, T-Pain, though, man, I don't got him competing at all, man.
T-Pain's not winning the division. JB, who you got dominating this division?
I'm going to go with Embro. Embro. Coming out the box, I'm going to go with Embro. And then I'm going to say he's going to be 4. And then Bus going to probably take about 3. And I give Jay 2.
Okay.
All right. SJ, who dominates this division?
I'm going to go with Embro only because of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers versus Trubisky, Aaron Rodgers wins. Aaron Rodgers versus Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers wins. Aaron Rodgers versus Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers wins. So once Aaron Rodgers retires, I think it's the Bears division to lose every year after that. Right. But if the master negotiator Jay can replace Kirk Cousins, I think I heard him say he really wasn't a Kirk Cousins fan.
Yeah, dude's garbage.
Yeah, so I think he can definitely make some noise. And that Lions roster is kind of I hate this, but sneaky good. I think they have a lot of talent there too. And but I think out the gate, Packers, but after that, Bears all the way.
Yeah, I like Embro as a user, and he has his squad, the Packers. He's thoroughly excited that he's got this Packers team. And then you got Bus, who has shown year after year he's going to compete. Yeah, he's got to get over the hump and get a banner. He knows that. Mm-hmm. Trust me, he knows that. Sure. He thinks about that every single season. He wants a banner. I promise you, he wants one bad. And he balled out at high stakes, 16-0. That's hard to do in the Dynasty. I don't care who you are. We haven't seen it a ton, but he did that. And so it's difficult to go 19-0 and win a Super Bowl. So to me, I really like the Bus, but I think this is Embro's division. But again, it's not going to be one of those where it's 7-2, 8-1. It's going to be a 5-4. It's going to be a 6-3. We may see Jay sneak in there and steal one with this Vikings team, but I think it's Embro's division to lose, and him and the Bus are going to battle out. Another one of those divisions that's going to come down to Week 17, several seasons in Madden 20, where one guy's got to win and beat the other team to win the division. They're going to be tied neck and neck. They're going to split a bunch of series, so it'll be exciting to watch. But they are the number one division here for Madden 20. So those are the top 8. We've gone through 1 being the NFC North all the way down to that NFC South being number 8. We appreciate everybody stopping through. Gotta thank the guys on the show. JB, appreciate you stopping through. The OG Chris Murray and SJ. Man, another great show of Power Talk, man. Appreciate y'all jumping on.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's give a big shout out to the guys behind the scene as well. I believe the Bus helping with graphics. The commish Nasty Noob always working the controls. He is the Dr. Dre of the Dynasty, the number one producer as we push out this content for Madden 20. I wanted to give everybody a heads up. Dynasty Game of the Week on the Dynasty Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/The Dynasty this season. You do not want to miss it. Your boy Expert with tons of guest hosts coming on the show as we call the best game for every single advance that we have in the Dynasty. You don't want to miss it. Make sure here on YouTube you hit that follow button, hit the like button, leave a comment, let us know how we did, and we'll get back with you. On behalf of the DML Network, it's your boy Expert, and we out.